Hey, what's going on YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy. My name is Travis and I'm here to do a quick Ask Travis video. Again, if you want to send your questions for me to answer or give my opinion on, you can send that to scatteredbrilliancy@yahoo.com, which is the name of my channel, at yahoo.com. That's scatteredbrilliancy at yahoo.com, and I will answer your questions in the next Ask Travis video, whenever that is. So I have a short one and I have a longer one. So the first one that I have, I don't know who it came. Well, I see their screen name, but I'm not going to say their screen name unless, I won't say your screen name unless you tell me it's okay. But they said Tavis, even though my name is Travis. They said, why is love so hard to find? And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really think love is hard to find. I think that love is kind of all around us. It's just, we, myself included, when I was single and when I was a little bit younger and a little bit more naive, we have a kind of an expectation about what we think love is supposed to look like and the form that love is supposed to come in. And I don't want to say unfortunately, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Unfortunately, love does not always come the way that we want it to. And the thing I think is important to remember is that love is not gonna always come the way that you want it to, but it's gonna come the way that is right for you. Love looks different for all of us, and the kind of love that we need looks different for all of us. Depending on how you were raised and your background and whatever happened with your family determines, I believe, the kind of love you currently need in your life. Some of us, the love that we need is already there, and that's because some of us just need self-love. I'll be willing to bet that that is the one type of love that is the most needed in the world, especially I think in today's society, at least within the United States, is self-love. I think a lot of people, they just don't love themselves. And a lot of that is an exterior type thing. They don't love the way that they look or like the way that they look, so that makes them hate or dislike who they are. But some of it is internal, and it's based off of the relationships that we've had, not only with just partners, but with family members. So I do not think love is a hard thing to find. I had to realize, though, when I was single, because I don't necessarily know exactly what this person is referring to as far as why is love so hard to find, but I'm just going to assume that they're talking about as far as relationships. I had to realize that if I'm overlooking women in my quest to find love, then I can't necessarily complain about not being able to find love. And I realized that because a lot of the girls who I was attracted to and a lot of the girls who I gave my time to, it was a waste of my time because they weren't right for me. Whereas this person on this side may not have caught my eye immediately, but was maybe offering me 10 times more than what the pretty person was, if that makes any sense at all. So I think that we all kind of have to take off our blinders to love and be, number one, willing and open to accept it in whatever form or fashion that it comes, because it's definitely all around. We just are not always aware of it. So that's my philosophy on love being hard to find. And so the second Ask Travis question is coming from Anonymous, and I got this one in my inbox, and it's a little lengthy, so I'm gonna read it to y'all. All right, so this is what it says. It says, hey Travis, I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel, Scattered Brilliancy. Thank you very much. I was wondering if you were still taking requests on topics to talk about. Okay, sorry, I need to skip that. Okay, I'm currently 22 and busy trying to get my bachelor's in social work. I've been in a previous relationship for about 5 years, and he was my first everything. But we aren't together anymore, and I'm fine with that. But now that I'm single, I'm trying to be able to mingle. I'm pretty busy, especially during the school year, and like you said in your catfish video, I don't go out much unless I'm with friends and family. So I tried online dating recently. I'm using the free app Tinder, and I've been chatting with this guy who's 31 for about 2 weeks. He seems pretty cool, and I originally began taking interest in him because he never brought up sexual topics. That is until we started to work on getting into the third week of chatting. To fill you in more, he offered for us to meet at a restaurant first, and I agreed. On the day of the date, he said he didn't want to feel rushed from leaving work, then head straight to a restaurant from leaving work. Then I just read the same thing twice. Then head straight to a restaurant. I could understand that, so I tried to reschedule for a different date. He said okay, but again, he canceled on the date this time, saying he came down with a cold. The weather has been rainy all that week. The weather has been rainy all that week, so I went along with it and said, okay, we're about to get into the third week of chatting and still have not met once. This would all be fine with me if that's what I was looking for, but it's not. I'm not on Tinder expecting to find a husband, but I also don't want to be wasting my time with people who may be catfishing me. So, remember when I said I originally caught interest in him because he never tried to have conversations about sexual stuff? Well, he started doing that, and at first it was funny. Now I'm starting to think when or if we ever meet up, he's going to expect sex after the date. It's just been 2 weeks, and yes, we've chatted every day, but I still don't really know him. Again, I have been out of the dating life for a while, and I'm still new, so am I overreacting? My thing is, I'm not interested in, quote, hookups or sleeping with someone I barely know. I have no problems with people who do that. Do you? I don't know if that's a question, but I feel comfortable waiting at least 3 months of getting to know someone by dating him and hanging out, talking. So I don't walk into dates thinking I want to sleep with him by the second date. I feel like he's starting to come off that way. For example, we'll chat about some random topic, and somehow at the end he'll jokingly say something like, will I get an invitation to yours? Leaving me to fill in the gap, and it leaves me thinking, what's happening right now? Or he'll say something like, are you shy in bed? And of course, I'm thinking, excuse me? He would also ask things like, are you thinking about me? I don't know if she says, I don't know if he's sneezing. Maybe that's why he keeps asking me that. I don't think she meant sneezing, but I'm not sure what she meant. But in my mind, I always think, why would I be thinking of you? I don't even know if your profile pic is real. I feel like he tries to play it off with numerous LOLs, which confuses me all the more and leaves me asking, does he expect something to happen if we do meet? Because I'm not like that. What do you think, Travis? Your thoughts would mean a lot. Thank you. A fellow YouTube subscriber. All right, so that was a lot. Where we at? 7 minutes. All right, so her first question was, do I think that she's overreacting? Where was it at? I should have took notes and highlighted because this thing is small. Oh, there it is. Well, until I find it, let me just say this. I don't think that the only part that I think that you might be overreacting a little bit is when he asks if you're thinking about him. I think that that's an innocent enough question. I don't think there's any sexual connotations behind asking if somebody is thinking about you. Because I know for myself, when I was talking to somebody or getting to know them, there will be times when I will be thinking about them, randomly through the day, thinking about, oh, I can't wait to talk to them, or I wonder what they're doing. And it's just that innocent. It's not anything like I wonder what kind of panties she has on. It's nothing like that. It was just innocent thought. So I think him asking you if you're thinking about him is just him kind of gauging where your head is as far as that aspect and wondering if y'all are kind of on the same page. Now, I've heard of Tinder. I don't know anything about Tinder. For some reason in my mind, I thought Tinder was a place where people went to get hookups and have sex and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case, so I don't really know where I came up with that. You said y'all are into 3 weeks of dating. So, 3 weeks of getting to know each other, which I think is pretty cool. I think at 3 weeks is still all right to still be talking online. I think at this point, definitely you should have been moving into the texting and into the phone calls, which I'm assuming that y'all are there. So I think after y'all hit that 4th week and y'all get into a month, then y'all really need to be seriously considering meeting up. Now, I know you said that you don't know if his profile pic is real. So what I would suggest that you do is get him to, I don't know if has he sent you any pictures. You can send me an email and answer all these questions. Has he ever sent you any pictures aside from the ones that are on his profile? But I would get him to write your name down on a piece of paper and then take a picture of that piece of paper and send it to you. That way you know at least that he is real. But I would go ahead and try to start working towards one final chance to meet up. Because if anything, he should be the one that is making the efforts to meet up with you now at this point. Because I think you said he's had like 2 or 3 opportunities to meet with you and they've all fallen through. So at that point, he needs to pick up the ball and make it happen. And honestly, if the next time that you schedule for y'all to get together, if he comes up with some kind of excuse, as hard as it may be, to cut it off and to stop talking to him, I would just stop talking to him, because you're going to end up into a cycle, and the longer you take your time getting to know him and the further you become in like with him and become interested in him, it's going to be harder to break it off down the road. I do think that kind of early on he's kind of showing you who he is. He may be a flaker, so that may be something that you want to pay attention to as you start moving forward and possibly getting to know him. You didn't say if y'all live in the same city, so I'm going to assume that y'all do. So that is definitely a good thing, and we just got to hope that he actually lives in the city that you live in. Now, as far as the sexual stuff, if you know that that is something that offends you or something that you're not into or something that you're not looking for, you should go ahead and let him know that. And if you haven't already, let him know that I'm not looking for a sexual relationship. I'm just looking for X, Y, and Z. And you need to be clear about what it is that you're looking for. That's one mistake that a lot of people make, is when they're going into the dating process, they're not being clear on their purpose to the other person. I believe in dating with a purpose. I believe it is very efficient and effective, and it can turn out to be very successful. But you need to be clear with him about what your purpose is for entertaining him. You know what I mean? If you're just entertaining him just to have somebody to talk to, say that. If you're looking for a husband, say that. If you're looking for somebody to date in a long-term relationship, short-term, whatever it is, be clear about that. And you need to require the same of him. And it's nothing wrong, if he wants a smash buddy, there's nothing wrong with any of that kind of stuff. But you need to at least know up front from this point going forward if this is something that you should even waste your time on. Because if he says, I'm not looking for somebody just to have sex with, I am looking for X, Y, and Z, and all that stuff matches up with what you're looking for, you can at least tell him, okay, well, this is what I need you to do. I need you to chill out on all the sexual conversations because we're not there yet, and that makes me uncomfortable. Now, if he respects you enough, he'll stop. But if he stops and he starts back up, this guy's just giving you more insight into his character. And if I were you and he stopped and he started back, I would probably just go ahead and just let it all go. Because the whole flaking thing is not cool, number one. And it will be even more uncool for you to tell him that you're uncomfortable about the sexual conversations and he still tries to have them. Hopefully, if it's meant to be, he'll respect your wishes and he'll stop. And hopefully y'all will meet up if it's meant for y'all to meet up. But that's what I would do. I wouldn't try to move too fast. I would, however, continue to try to meet him at least one more time. And if that time does not work, just let it all go. But, if he comes around and says, okay, I'm sorry, I messed up, give me one more chance, you're going to have to decide if you want to do that or not. Because I don't remember if this was the second or the last time that y'all tried to get together. But if he, seems to be making an effort to try to meet up, then, I guess you can give it another shot. But y'all might also want to just try to video chat first. I mean, Skype is free. If y'all have Apple products, FaceTime is free. If y'all have Androids, there's a Google app that y'all can chat with each other. So one of those things is going to be your best option for seeing him, even if you can't see him in person. At least that'll be something more than what you already have. So that's what I think you should do. Good luck to you. Please email me back with an update so I know what happened with y'all later on. Wish you the best, fellow YouTube subscriber. If I knew who you were, I would check out your channel, but I don't. But it's cool. Like I said, for anybody else who would like to send a question in, you can send it to scatterbrilliancy@yahoo.com. I'm not going to spell it again. Just type in my YouTube name at yahoo.com, and I will respond through email or on the channel if you want me to. I am also in the works of joining a new YouTube channel called Two Light Skinned Brothers with Sense. Me and my friend Dominique, we're starting a brand new YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be posting more about it, hopefully on here, maybe a link to it. So Two Light Skinned Brothers with Sense. The channel has already been created, but it's nothing on there right now. So if you want to look that up and go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be doing a video today, actually, and that'll be up pretty soon. So that'll be kind of like an extension of Scattered Brilliancy. It's separate, but kind of the same topics, and you get another guy's perspective who's a light-skinned brother with sense, okay? Follow me on Instagram at Scattered Brilliancy. I keep forgetting to say that. I post, not a lot, but I'm going to try to post a little bit more, so follow me on there. And make sure you like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be talking to y'all later. Peace.